Morning guys. A few videos ago I talked about the cycling of the 2018 Nissan Leaf in regards to achieving a lot more cycles from the battery pack over a set given time, if you keep it within a certain range of, say, for example, 20 and 80% or 30 and 90% or so forth, because it's better for the battery in regards to lessening the degradation over those said cycles. Now, basically, a little bit of maths. The charge time battery icon indicator, which is accessible on the second menu down from your power bar and the regen menu. So the next one down, it's just above the battery temperature indicator on that screen, and you've got a battery that, when fully charged, has got 100%, which is filled up with blue bars. Now, each one of those quarter segments, so say for example from 0 to 25, is represented by 5 blue bars and another 5 blue bars from 25 to 50 and so forth. Now, the other day, while I was at home, I needed the vehicle in the evening, and I'd already done a whole day's work, so I needed to recharge, which was unusual for me charging during the day. But the point I was making is that I actually started off with, I believe it was 45% charge, and I thought I'd only leave it on for about an hour or so, and I'd walked out and it was about 55 minutes and it'd gone up exactly 15%, which was 3 bars. Now, going by those blue bars, there is 5 bars, as I say, per quarter of the battery pack. So effectively, each one of those blue bars is represented by 5% of charge. So within that hour that I charged, I got 3 blue bars, which is 15%. So each 5% times 3 is 15%. And then I charged for a further hour, and I set my stopwatch, and lo and behold, exactly on the hour, I had another 3 bars, and it was on 75%. I then thought, you know, maybe there's a pattern here. I continued charging for a further hour, and I got another 3 bars, and it went up to 90% charge. So the easiest way that I would say to, if you want to say go up to 90%, is each 3 bars or 15% is an hour. So say for example today I finished on, say, 25%. That's showing on the battery. I know that Nissan holds on to another 10%, so that effectively would be 35%, not a real 25%, but we'll stick with what's actually on the indicator to actually achieve this. So effectively, if I finished on, say, 25%, well, 1 bar or 5% takes 20 minutes, because 3 bars and 15% takes an hour. So if you keep that 20 minutes in your head, so that goes from 25 to 30%, you then need another 60% to go back up to, from 30% up to that 90%, and that is worked out at 4 hours, because that would mean that every hour would be 3 bars or 15%, and 15% times 4 gives you 60%. So that means the total charge time would be 4 hours and 20 minutes. And you could work this through in any multiples. Now, without getting into the the tinier details, whereby, say for example, every bar does take 20 minutes to charge, so you could probably break that down into each percent would be 4 minutes. 4 times 5 is 20, yeah. So, but the trouble is with the timer on a 2018 Nissan Leaf, you can specify blocks of 10 minutes. You can't go into 5 minutes, so you're just gonna have to round it up. And in all honesty, guys, it isn't a problem if you go to 91%, or you, like this morning, I charged overnight from yesterday and I had 89%. So it isn't an exact science, but the bottom line is you will actually increase your lifespan of your battery by actually doing this. Sadly, I haven't got the means to actually do a chart, because I haven't got like software to actually create a chart. But I don't think it's necessary, being honest, for me to do it on screen, because all you got to remember is every 15% is an hour of charge on a 6 kilowatt hour supply. So as another example, so I went down to 15% and I want to go up to 90%. That's 75%, which means you've got 5 lots of 15, which is 75, which means you've got 5 hours. So it's not going to be hard to actually work this out. And the reason I think it's more beneficial to stick with the hours charge is it just makes it a lot easier to actually input, and then you can break it down, like I say, on those 10-minute cycles. So you can do like your start time as the hour, and you can do it in 10-minute cycles. So it's like 10 minutes, 20, 30, 40, and then back on the hour again. And you could easily input that into the timer. Anyway, guys, that was just a short video for today, and because I've had a few people ask, is it possible to actually set the vehicle to charge to a certain level, and sadly we haven't got that capability on the vehicles yet. It could be incorporated as a software update at some point by Nissan. And just before I go, the other plus point about actually setting this up to actually charge up to 90% isn't just for the cycles of the batteries. I've also noticed today that my regenerative effect is actually become a lot more beneficial, because where you've only charged to 90%, the regen effect is a lot more pronounced than what it would have been as a lesser effect if you'd gone up to say 100%, which is actually increasing my miles per kilowatt hour. Now most days I'm on about 4.3, 4.4, yet today done the same shift and I'm on 4.7. It's nearly on 4.8 miles per kilowatt hour, because you can maximize that regenerative effect of the motor. Anyway, guys, as I say, hope you're having a good day, and I will speak to you guys soon. Bye for now.